Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, where we're continuing our playthrough on the Highland Fishing Kinlaig map. And we are continuing our baling of the straw. So we are going to keep going with that because it's fun, and that's what farming's all about. Baling stuff. So, I don't think I did anything in between videos or anything like that. We basically continue. I mean, literally my tractor was still parked here to continue baling straw. I think that's where I left it last time. And, yeah. So, I don't really have time at the moment to do videos, not videos, to play the game between videos. So that's why pretty much everything is appearing on here. Occasionally I might do a few minutes here or there just to you know, wrap something up or just cut down some of the boring stuff on the videos, but you know, we're basically trying to do as much as we can on here. I'm also trying to keep the time lapses down to as minimum as possible, but again, not very easy to do unless you actually really want to see me do these fields in real time, which I will not be talking the whole time, that is for sure, because I could not do it. I couldn't do it if I tried. It would be nowhere near enough to say. I mean, what could I go on about? How eventful the year of 2026 has been going on. I've probably said enough about that in previous videos, because I don't really want this channel to become a political statement channel or anything like that, but you know, I don't necessarily have a problem sharing my opinions and thoughts. I just don't want to start getting any hate speech or arguments in the chat or anything like that, but you know, I have my opinions, and my opinions are pretty straightforward, to be honest. And I think I've made it pretty clear. I'm against greed, I'm against selfishness, I'm against narcissists, I'm against war, I'm against crime, I'm against hate, I'm against racism, and even though I'm not a religious person, I'm also not in favor of attacking religions or any particular religion. I personally don't care what religion you are. You can be whatever you damn well like, as long as it doesn't involve hating other people, which I find extremely funny. Here I was saying I wasn't going to get involved in it, considering that every argument I hear and every complaint I hear is all about people hating other people's religion, and it's like, I thought religion was supposed to be a peaceful, you know, acceptance type thing of, you know, we accept people for who they are, we love everybody as they are, and peace, joy, harmony, forgiveness and all of that doesn't seem to be the way it is at all. But anyway, I have pretty simple things. I believe in saving the environment and not strip mining everything, not burning fossil fuels as much as we can, but I'm also a realist. I don't go out hugging trees and not eating meat and all of that sort of stuff. I'm just a simple person living a simple life, and I just wish everybody else in the world would do the same damn thing. And I think a lot of the problem that I see, anyway, is people are bored. Like, It's a weird one. I always find this analogy, not an analogy, but I've had this thought before, right? Let's say you're into daytime soaps. You watch any of those shows. Now, I don't watch them, but I have seen them, and I've seen people that do watch them. And you watch any of those soaps, right? There's always a drama. They're always in somebody's business. There's always this or that. And it's like, that's because they don't have any hobbies, and they don't watch TV. They don't play computer games or do anything. So all they have in their life is getting in other people's business and causing trouble. And it's like, buy yourself a bloody computer and a TV and you won't give a crap about anybody else's business anymore, because you'll just be having fun. And I think that's part of the problem with a lot of the politicians. It's that's how the world worked medieval times, right? That's why so many people, killed kings and tried to become king of the world and whatever else, and started wars and that. And that's because there was nothing else to do. What else were you going to do? They didn't have TVs. They didn't have entertainment. That was entertainment. Going to war was entertainment. And I think some of our politicians still have that mentality, because that is what their life is. Their life is being a politician and causing trouble. And it's like, get a hobby, mate. Just get a damn hobby and you won't give a crap about anything. Anyway, that's just my stupid opinion. The other thing I like to try and not do, if you really care to know, is, even though I'm of a older persuasion, I try to be adaptable as much as I can. I listen to my daughter's opinions, and I try to change. I try to be as open-minded as I possibly can. I was obviously raised with particular beliefs and concepts and all that sort of stuff, and I have to do a fair bit of work to actually fight against that, and to not be one of those old people that's just like, well, back in my day we hated this race and I'm going to continue to hate this race of people because that's the way it is. And back in my day, we just killed any animal that moved and burnt any piece of coal we found anywhere. We didn't have solar or wind or any of that rubbish. And it's like, so, I don't want to be that person. I want to be somebody that moves with the times. Look, it's inevitable that at some point in time that I am going to be sort of that. You can't fight. You can't entirely fight old age. You are going to get left behind. You are going to become out of fashion, let's just say. I mean, I already know I'm out of fashion. I'm not fashionable. But, I'm trying my best to avoid that as much as I can, and to be adaptable and to listen to the next generation. And look, I hate the concept that my parents had, which was you should respect your elders and old people are wiser than young people. And I think, what a load of crap. Just because you're old does not make you wise. Just because you've lived a long life does not mean that you are smarter, or half the time it's opposite. Half the time they're dumber. So I'm quite accepting of the fact that young people should be making decisions. Young people should be involved in how the world works, because it's going to be their world. It's not going to be mine. I'm going to be gone. And you thought this was going to be a bloody farming game. Alright, I'm going to shut up because... Yeah. This is supposed to be about farming. Look at these lovely bales of straw. Aren't they look good. I was going to say, aren't they gorgeous? That sounds ridiculous. They're not gorgeous. They're bales of straw. Come on, settle down. It's a great looking game though. I mean, look how realistic it looks. I mean, it really looks good. And it runs well. I mean, yeah, I've got a pretty powerful computer, but it still runs pretty smooth. I don't have the top of the line card anymore. I did at one stage, but I can't justify the prices they're asking for them now. It's like, so my computer now, I've got a RTX 4090. And I would love to get a 5090, alright? But here in Australia, to get a 5090, you're talking $5,000 just for the damn card. Just for the card. You used to pay that for an absolutely smoking computer, like the whole computer. And even then, that was if you were an absolute baller and you just had money to burn. You'd spend that. You know, no one spent that. And now, one graphics card can be $5,000. It's just nuts. Absolute nuts. And now they're talking all the prices of RAM is going up sky high, so it means no one's going to be upgrading their computers anymore because it's just not going to be cost effective. I don't know what's happening. It's all going nuts. But then on the flip side, I go down to, you know, the local store, and I was just glancing the other day at some of the TVs, and I think, oh my god, how cheap are these TVs? You know, like 75-inch TVs for $1,000 or less. And it's like, are you nuts? How cheap are the TVs? Oh my god. Now, you can still buy expensive TVs, you know, some of the more expensive brands with more expensive features, you know, you can be paying... I mean, obviously there's some ridiculous sizes. You could be paying $20,000, $30,000, but I'm talking like I don't know what the average size of a TV these days is, but what I was seeing in the store, you know, you might be talking $3,500 for some of the good brands at those sizes, 75 inch, something like that. I don't know if it's warranted. I haven't really looked into it because right now I don't need a TV, but I was just curious. And yeah, I just can't believe it. You know, whereas here you are with a graphics card that's worth $5,000. And if I spent $5,000 on a TV, I'd probably need to build a new house just to get the wall big enough to put the bloody thing on. And I'm not really sure where this is all going to go, because if gamers can't afford to buy expensive, sorry, not expensive, but powerful GPUs, the game developers are going to have to start changing. They're going to have to start dumbing down the games, because people are just not going to be able to play them otherwise. I mean, what's the point of making games that, you know, have major, I don't know, what words am I looking for? Exceptional graphics and all this sort of stuff, and require a 5090 to run with a, you know, $20,000 PC, which nobody can play because nobody can afford the PC. So, well, what's the point of that? So, you know, Be interested to see where it goes, because yeah, like I said, surely if things don't improve, developers are going to have to start dumbing down the quality of the game so that they can run. Alright, what are we doing? So straw's done. Well, it's baled. Now we've got to bale up all this grass as well. And we're going to do the usual, I guess. We'll do some of it as... Oops, no. I want that down. Yeah, I know. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. We've got 65% straw. I'm hoping that gets converted because I really don't need the straw. No, you're going to come out of straw, aren't you? Because you're already too much straw. Damn it. I would have rather the grass. Now, I'm guessing once this is done, we're going to have to lime and fertilise the grass again. And then we might be able to move on to August. And I'm hoping, cross my fingers, we'll be selling some cows. And it's not even a big batch. I think it's just another 5 again. But, you know, any selling is better than none. And we've been watching them like a damn hawk, so... Alright, just so we can get this stuff done, I'm going to jump into... we'll jump into a time lapse and we'll keep baling. And I'll TED, bale. We'll see how we go. We might even include the fertilising and lime. I don't know. Depends how long it all takes. Because I've run out of things to say. So... And we want to move on. We want to see how the castle's going. And, as I said, get to the next month and sell off those old cows. Alright, well we got to 83% on the last bale, that's annoying. Yeah, so that took a bit longer than I had thought, and I didn't want the time lapse to be going forever. So, yeah. So we're going to have to do some other stuff now. And what we're going to do is wrap some bales. I think this is hay. Yes, it is. Is that hay? Yes, it is. We'll find some grass somewhere. That's straw. That one's pretty obvious. I think I did more hay bales this time, which I sort of had planned, because I think we possibly go through a lot more hay than silage. But which one is it? That one. Now, I keep forgetting to check in here as well. Okay, there's a planter. Doesn't say it's direct drill though. Oh, that's for onions. Oh, pity we're not doing onions. That would have been handy. And I don't really like buying the machines because they... I mean, that would have been pretty good. 18 meters. Yeah, it just doesn't say it's direct drill, so... Tried to simplify our processes, not keep them long and arduous. Just we're gonna have to buy some more bar wrap soon. Hopefully we can at least get this finished. I think it's the last one anyway. Good parking. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the bale pickup-y thingy. And we're going to go around and pick up all the straw as well. Does this one fit under the thing? I don't know, actually. I haven't tried it. Let's just see. Yeah. Not that it matters, because the machine can't. Oh, missed. Right, we'll start with the grass. Let's get it working already. Right, let's go drop these off at the shed. Come back and get the rest in a minute. Alright, let's get over to the straw. Oh, look at the mountain back there. I didn't even realise. Alright, we're going to go drop these off. Okay, that's not how I was steering, so I don't know why it went that way. But whatever. Oh, got a little bit stuck on the roof there. It's all good. All good. Just trying to get this done as quick as possible. Only problem is the machines. Oh, stuffed it. The machine's a bit slower than I'm trying to push. Whoop. One bale short. Whoops. That was the wrong button combination. Not that it matters. There's another field that we're going to go grab anyway, so... Well, at least this will be the last load. I'll get all these on. If it can be bothered picking the bales up. Stop stuffing around, doing whatever you're doing. Alright, let's get rid of this. Still doesn't have as good a turning circle as the New Holland, but definitely improved, but ugh. No, I thought I could force my way around, but nope. There we go. Now we can. So we've got to do lime now and fertilising. Now we could have got worker to do it, but I'm hoping it's only going to take a minute. Probably end up taking ages and using lots of lime, but it's definitely flying through it. I don't know if that's just because we just bought the soil information again. Okay, now it thinks there's nothing to put down here. I mean, it's good, saves me money. Doesn't save me time, though. Alright, one last little bit to go. Alright, quick fertilise. I mean, I'd love to just do it between videos, but I want to go and have a look at the castle and maybe jump a bit of time forward. Can't do that if I've got fertilising to do. And it's got herbicide on it. What? Yes, guess it wasn't letting me fill it up. Hopefully this is all taking properly this time, not like last time. Now that we bought the soil information again. We'll have to keep checking that because I don't know if it just expires and you have to update it every so many years. Or every year, whatever it is. Wish it was a bit faster than this. It's a little bit slow. No, it's not the tractor. I don't think we can go any faster. I think the actual device itself is the slow one. We'd probably have to look at something faster and upgrade it if we want to do something about it, but we've had worse. At least this one's got a pretty good width. Anyway, we're almost done. Almost there. Beautiful. Let's fold her up. Quickly take this back and then we'll jump over to the castle and speed up a bit of time. Keep an eye on our cows. Oh shoot, almost lost control then. It's going way too fast. Alright, so how are we looking? Still doing the cement bags. Alright, let's speed up. Keep an eye on our cows. $54 to $65. We're getting close. We're not too far off being done. Okay, they're going down. They're not topping up. Alright, we're going to have to switch over. Water was an issue too. These cows, man, they bloody Jesus. Almost hit the trailer. Yeah, so demanding, these cows. Right, let's put this back on the food. Whatever. Let's get back over here. No. Alright. We're almost finished the cement bags. All cement bags. That should top up. We have enough there. Okay, we've hit 12. Alright, hold on. We've hit the peak. We've hit the peak price. We are going to sell. Alright, we want to sell. Not those. These ones. The next one's going to be huge. 35 of them. We better get a big... yeah, we're going to need hopefully a big reproduction. Anyway, we're going to sell 5 of these. 17 grand. Excellent. All right, let's just speed this up now because we don't really care so much. Like, they've got their food. They're only at 25 months, so we've got a little bit of time. They're at 80% reproduction, so they should reproduce, and we should get a good turnout of reproduction, which will be really good. All right, we'll just get it to the next morning. I don't know... August. No, I don't think there's anything we're going to be doing this month anyway. Doesn't look like it. Next month we'll be planting our wheat. Okay, scaffolding is coming down. I didn't notice that a moment ago. So what does that mean? Cement bags. Wonder where they're going. Right, that'll do. We'll stop there. Let's have a quick run around. Right, so they haven't removed all the scaffolding yet, but it's coming down. Got a little bit of a tower looking thing there. But we can't get in there. No flooring. This has wood flooring, well, partially. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comments. What do you want to see on the farm? Not see anything particularly you want me to do? Let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to keep plodding along as we're going. And as I said, we will get to the point where I'm going to start expanding the fish. I just want to get this castle finished, get things a bit more settled, obviously get some more money. We're going to have to start making some money if we want to get more fish. and yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think. And anything else, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, all the usual stuff on YouTube to help out the channel and the videos, etc. Leave a comment, chat with me, tell me all the stupid stuff I've said, whatever. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.